Yeah. Yeah, it's my shit, y'all. It's my shit right here. It's my shit. What up, you done with that? Page-5-Lit, we outside. What's good, y'all? Peace be my people. Peace be multiplied to all my people. Godspeed gang, God is with us. We on a mission, blessed by God. We doing it together. Keeping everything on some real right shit. Word up. What about it? I was gonna leave it. You had to move those, y'all. Safety precautions, you heard? Yeah, so listen. Off the rip, I just want to say, listen, I appreciate y'all coming out, spending the time with the OG, and we get a chance to chop it up. A lot of things going on in the world, but we ain't finna, now listen, when I said that everybody's scared of everything, it's like the media don't pay too much attention to that because they try to get you worried, all right? If you can't make it for the month, you figure out how to make it for the week. If you can't make it for the week, you figure out how to make it for the day. Don't look at the news and then now you're in panic mode, overthinking and all that. And if you're interested in those things, read more than the headlines, all right? Keep up with the temperature outside because one day that shit will be at your door. Keep up with what's going on. You want to know what their temperature is going forward because you trying to survive, you trying to prosper. So you need to know the temperature of things, So just pay attention. That's all it really is. We're going to get right into it. Listen. Woo. We're going to start it off just like this here. Now, listen, what you're doing with her is a fair exchange, is not a robbery. Okay? That's called transaction. All right? A lot of y'all are in transactional relationships, you don't know it. I don't know if you are not. But I'm going to speak on that today and I'm going to shed some light on that so you can figure out where you at and what you're doing in your square life. All right? Now, let's keep it 100. Okay, listen. Now, she don't want to lock in with you because you serving a purpose and you can't seem to meet that purpose. See, what I mean is, you see, you're doing some particular things, but y'all not all the way locked in, right? And that might be because you're not serving the purpose. What I mean is, you can't just go to work and go home. You have to be more than that. And your partner, or whoever it is that you reside with, would like to know the feeling about where you're trying to go in life, what you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Okay, now when I say that, when I say you just can't go to work and go home, I literally mean that. You got 3 routines you do after you get off work. And now you've been doing it for a couple of years. Your partner see that. You understand what I'm saying? Those little things are actually enough. Because I asked the question, I said, if you lost your job today, how long would your relationship last? Based on the time that you've given, that's maybe transactional. She might be with you just because you still got a job. But she's not going to lock in because she feels she could do better. But she going to keep you because you got a job. And you try to be the man you say you are. She don't know that that's a hell of a start. And it's a good start. She don't know that. She subconsciously thinks she can find better. And he sometimes think he can find better. You understand? A lot of these things, like I said, people are always going to stay when shit going good. You cannot blame them for getting comfortable when shit going good. Right? But the way things go good is determined where things are at when things are bad. Where are you at when things are bad? So you measure that by when things are good. Because all energies are revolving. they're supposed to be reciprocated to some degree, right? All right. Now let me say this. So now we see now because I would say we see a bunch of chicks with their ducks in a row, and we don't know how they got their ducks in a row. And for all points of adult purposes, it's none of your business. It's none of your business. But I say this because a lot of y'all dealing with people, and y'all kind of regular. See, it's a lot of women out there that's all they pick somebody that they having sex with, right? And a lot of them, and this is true, a lot of them don't want to be having sex with more than one person at a time. So they're gonna keep having sex with this person until they find somebody to replace him. Because they're not comfortable dealing with two men sexually at a time. That's a real thing. You understand? And with that, that might be a reason why she would not lock in with you. It's different reasons, you know. Now, what your purpose is to you is one thing, but how they see it is something different. You know, you can't grow with somebody if you're not sharing a piece of yourself with them. You understand what I'm saying? Straight up and down. You know, that's another point. I know it sounds like a lot, but all these things come easy when love is really involved for real. They come easy. You know, it sounds like it's a lot of work. It's not a lot of work. The energy is going to guide you. That's how simple it is. You know, right? These conversations right here make you more aware. All right. So now, let me say this right now. Now we're talking about fair exchange is not a robbery, and a lot of y'all relationships are transactional. So we're speaking on points to point towards that. Because like I said, everybody gonna stay when it's good. All right? Now, my problem is, and this is what I got to say to that, the reason why a lot of these things ain't working out, woo, because a lot of women are moving like men. Or you can say women are moving like women, however you want to see it, you know. But my thing is that when I say women are moving like men, they don't put a lot into what they do with their body. They don't. I feel like a lot of them don't hold it as precious as it should be because they do some things a little bit too soon. But they did it because that's what they wanted to do, and that's their right. That's their right. But we know that men do that too. You know why? Because when you two go this way, she can take a baby with her. You can't take one with him. See what I'm saying? So to clarify something while I'm on that subject, when you having a break, when you and your person going through a break, he can't bring a baby back to the ranch. And you bring a baby back to the ranch. You can't ask him to forgive you because you were on a break. You're supposed to prevent that from happening because you were on a break. All these conversations lead up to one thing. Understanding is a preservation of nature, and you need to get one before you wake up and get the surprise of your life and then wonder why the person don't understand. Women really feel like I got pregnant on a break should not break us up. The fuck? You heard me, Shakur? That don't make no sense to me. We had a break and you get pregnant by somebody else, and then you want to come back and continue where we left off at before the break. They really try to spin that. That's crazy work. That's crazy work. You know, I haven't seen it work yet. And I seen it work one time, and I guess they say he was the ultimate simp, some shit like that. But that's what they called him. But God bless him. He was trying to do the right thing by his heart. That's why I say this. That's why I say think with your brain, don't feel with your heart, because you'll lose every time. All right. But these things are just waking you up in there, because I'm gonna tell you something right now. When I say that women are, let's be for real. These relationships are waking up, are breaking up, because most of the time, 80% of the time, women control the narrative of the relationship and whether or not they can continue. 20% of the mind, 20% of the time, men control the relationship and whether or not it can continue. We're talking about the ratio to making mistakes and faults. But breaking up over feelings, some people feelings way heavier than others. Those things come into play. But one thing that comes into play is not having an understanding about what it is that you're doing and where y'all at with it. That part. Because the bottom line is this. If you with somebody and y'all mean something to each other, if you're not making each other smile every day, you have a problem. If you're with somebody and that's your person and y'all not making each other smile every day, you have a problem. Now, don't get the fuck mad at me because some of y'all really live together and you haven't even noticed. You haven't even noticed. Because you always telling him what he need to do, what he should do, and he always telling you, you ain't my mother. You know, those kind of arguments, growth can't come from that. Because in those kind of, in that kind of communication, no one's listening. So you can't grow from that. And I want you to grow from that because you know why? Because you and that person went through some things to get to this point right here. It's some love there for you to get to this. It's some love there for you to get to today. If you put a little bit more effort and open yourself up a little bit more, you'll cooperate with one another and get along. See, she do what I ask her because I want us to get along. She does what I ask her because she wants us to get along. It's a mutual thing. If you can't do what someone asks you, what the fuck are you doing with them? And if they can't ask you to do nothing, fuck are you doing with them? And if this shit is all the way left, why are you there? Exactly. Now, all these things lead to violent confrontations of relationships. Every 4 hours and 20 minutes, a woman is getting unalived by someone that said he loved her. Because they had no point of understanding to where they were at with their feelings, because people don't hold feelings. Listen, feelings are very freaking heavy. That's why you have to kind of discount them a little bit and think from your brain. Practical thinking. Okay? 7 seconds of blacking out will ruin your whole life in many ways. All right? Let's keep it going. All right? You know, we answered questions in the chat today, too. I answered I think I did all of them last time, right, Shakur? I did all the questions last time. Yeah, what's up, Sugar Pop? King's Capital, what's good? Deals cut his hair. Yeah. He said, I only grew my hair because of you, bro. They talking on the thing. Oh my God, he sending mad messages. Yo, what anyway, Dominicana Mama, what's up? Throw it in the chat, y'all. Give me some questions in the chat. We're gonna I gotta put some time in with my chat. You heard? Y'all be riding with me every day. That's my word. 125 was good. No, he ain't what? Sugar Pop, who you talking to? Man, Moses what? Was good. Yo, Vincent, what's happening, my guy? Good evening, sir. Appreciate you for the pull up. Word up. You know how we do over here. We threw some questions in the chat. I have a question. What's the question, Dominicana Mom? What's good? Rough Riders, what's good? Glad you joined. Conway, what's good? Yeah, Conway, throw me that question I didn't get to the other night. I think I got to it, but if I didn't, put it in there now. I got you, man. Word up. Chop it up with my peoples. Godspeed, gang. We here. Yeah, we see things differently. You heard? Read your comment? All right, let me see it. I'm going to college to Russell on a full ride in August. Any tips? I know I got this joint going viral right now. Conway just said he got a full scholarship. First of all, congratulations. God bless, my man. You're going to do swell. You heard me? That's first. Second, always move with good intentions and do good out here in the world, and God should bestow good things upon you. Third, stick to the plan, Conway. You went there for some particular. Stick to the plan. Don't switch the plan because you got caught up in the vibe. It's college. It's a very experimental time. But you went there with a whole plan. You can't finish unless you meet the obligation of your scholarship. I should know I got 4 scholarships out of my crib. I know how it go. Yeah. 4 college graduates. We do that over here. Yeah. Now, another thing is, just remember, everything there is temporary. The work that you put in the books, your job will never be that hard in the future. The 4 years is not a long time. Focus on your focus and concentrate. And guess what? Everybody on the college campus has the same energy as you. Their parents sent them there to do well and be great in life. So you can't go there and have a baby. You can't go there and meet a wife unless God line it up like that. And if he does, you'll know it. Until then, you go there and be the best Conway that you can be. All right? Remember, you might be the one that got to save the family. You just never know, man. You just never know. All right? Word of anything else in the chat? I got 8 months pregnant, and the new guy didn't want to answer the question about what? Am I going to be starting my nursing school in the fall? Oh, he didn't ask you no questions about it.
She didn't want to answer the question about signing over his rights. What?
He wanted to sign over his rights?
No, she said they didn't want to answer the question about signing over his rights. That was the end of that sentence.
He's still going to be the father, though. You understand what I'm saying? He's still going to be the father, though.
I don't know why people think anybody got to sign over anything. What the fuck you got to sign over his rights for? Because you want him to? That don't mean, just because you want somebody to do something, don't mean they got to do it.
Because that'd be like a punishment. See, let me tell you something. This is what's her name? Dominican Mama 38. Listen, men go through what they call vehicles of expression. Listen, ladies. Young men go through what they call vehicles of expression. All right? And this is just the truth, and I'm going to prove it. Young men go through what they call vehicles of expression. They show reflections of who they're going to become, but they're not him yet. You understand? They're not him yet. They want to be a writer, then they want to go back to school, then they're trying to get a job, then they want to be a rapper. Yeah. These are different things they try in their personality and characteristics because they're trying to find themselves. In this, a lot of you women meet these men while they're in the smack dab in the middle of a vehicle of expression trying to find themselves. You saw some good reflections in that man that he's not quite sure about yet because they're going to have to stick with him as a man. See, all those different things that he got are not going to stick with him. But he's learning his way of character as a man. And the problem is that by the time he finds himself, your baby might be 6 years old. Some men find themselves at 19, some at 29, some not until 39. That's a real thing. Level of comprehension has a lot to do with that, you know. But one thing, him signing away his rights will not change the fact that he's the father. Okay? And I'm gonna say this because to your child, what you owe your child is one day that man is going to want to be a dad. It might be 10 years from now, 5 years. And guess what? Your child is going to welcome their biological dad no matter what the circumstances that you explain to the child. When that man pops back up and he wants to be a father, you allow him that and let your child make their own decision about his character. That child is half of him, and that child spiritually going to want to know who that is. Now, I understand he's not on board with you right now for whatever reason. But I guarantee you, and I have faith in my heart, that one day that man is going to want to be a dad to that child. Don't close that door because you're going to always owe that to your child. See, it's millions of people out here. Millions and millions all over. God picked you and him to have that baby. All right? And he picked that baby father to be yours because he know you built to deal with that type of man. This might not be the time you might not have been spiritually bonded when you got the baby, but it's too late for that now. The baby is coming. And he don't get it. But you get it. And you got that strength in you. You know, don't give up on him. All right? That time and energy that you put into him is for your child. And don't get it twisted. People can raise children from across town all the time. But don't close that door because one day your child going to wake up and want to know her father regardless of what you explain to her. And remember, people change. People evolve. People wake up. And that's his child. And his child one day needs him to wake up. And when he does, allow that to happen. Don't become the wicked witch of the West because you and your feelings about him missing the first time that he missed it, whatever the case may be, for whatever reason. It's not your job to punish him and judge him. Your job is to be mama. And whatever that take, that's first. All right? Keep your spirit up. Don't sit around talking down about her father, because that's still gonna be her father, no matter how all the shit you said. So that's pointless. Don't give her no energy that'll turn her against her father when she ain't got a right to know him right now, and she's not in a place to get to know him. So don't do that. Because she'll really get to meet him and come right back and say, Mom, everything you told about me about my father was a lie. All right? What you told her about your father was true to you. The way he loved her, it ain't true to her. And she can't punish him for the way he treated you. Because we know damn well the way he loved her is not going to be the way he loved you. It's going to be different. And you can't predict it. All right? The quarrels you have with him, you're not going to have them kind of quarrels with his daughter. The coming up short with you, he going to have it with his daughter. Leave him the opportunity to do it, because your daughter benefits the most out of you allowing him to be what he can when he can. All right? Just for the record. Just had to make that clear. You know? All right. Anything else in there? You know, Dominican Mom, I'm always keep it 100 with you. I'm always keep it 100 with you.
Oh, so Conway said, me and my girl been together for 1.5 years. I'm meeting the male fam. They trying to press up. What do I do?
She meet the male. You meet the male family. Yo, Conway, straight up and down. This is my word on all I love. I can't tell nobody what to do, but I'm gonna tell you what I practice here in my house. All right. I sent 4 kids away to school. All right. And I did not allow them to leave with a girlfriend or a boyfriend. It takes away from their focus. All right. You are getting ready to embark on something that you never did. It's gonna be arguably the hardest thing you have to do in this life outside being a parent. Those 4 years of college. That's gonna be the most technical thing you do in your life. Because ain't no job as hard as college. No, it's not. You know, remember, jobs pay you for what you already know. See what I'm saying? And they're gonna pay you for what you learned. But you're gonna have to learn it, and that's gonna take some work. And I just feel like it'll be easy if you go with nothing attached to your heart. You can't be sitting around worrying about her. Did she eat and all this old type of shit? Yeah. You don't need all that. You got to feed yourself and focus. You got homework, you got studies. It just seems as if you need to go alone, carefree from your feelings and your heart. All right? You finna go do 4 years. That's a long time, man. It's almost like when a nigga go to jail. You can't ask nobody to sit in the closet and wait for you for 4 years. You asking a lot. And I don't want you to set yourself up to get hurt. And I might be wrong. You right, but she might be really built to do that. It's a slim chance, but she might be, because you got to remember, a young love is not an adult love. Adult love requires way more than young love do. And if you're gone for 4 years, you are not going to be able to meet the requirements that an adult woman needs being away at school. You understand? Think about it. You've been knocking a box off regular, dog. And then you go away to school and you don't touch it for a while. You don't know her substance level. All right? But we do know one thing that you got to do. If you don't, shit, you physically die. If you don't have sex and you had it, you die on the inside. So it's only so long that people can, hang out. You know what I'm saying? And hold out and all that. So you're going to be asking a lot of her that. And you don't know how long she can keep up with it. You get what I'm saying? Some holidays you might not be able to make it back because you're behind on your studies and you need to catch up. And then you're going to be having tournaments during the holiday seasons. You ain't going to even be able to go home. You understand, man? Think about those things. My kids went away playing basketball and shit, you know. And yeah, so holidays, they were still at tournaments. They still wasn't really coming home. All right? So think about the time management and how much you feel your relationship can stay strong with you not being what she needed, not being able to be there. Grown folk shit. And remember, it's a difference between a young love and an adult love. She's going to need that adult love, and you're not going to be there. You're going to put a lot of pressure on her to wait on you and all that. And we're asking her to hold out. But okay, you know. Anything else, son? I'll leave it right there. Hope you get it, son. Good luck with that.
Somebody said, some lady said, I need to work on this. He's definitely an okay father. I'm just not happy. I've been through too much with him. Do I wait for him to grow up or just co-parent?
Yo, on some real shit, you just co-parent. See, your job is not to fix somebody. Your job is not to wait for somebody to turn into who they are. Just co-parent as best you can see fit. And if it's meant, the whole relationship will come back together like a flower. It'll blossom together. It'll come back to that. You understand what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it sounds as if it might be draining for you. See, in a relationship that drains you, you got to do something about it. Okay? Don't sit there and feel like you're tortured because you want him to be a father. Okay, listen, ladies. Don't shrink yourself so he'll stay a dad. Don't just keep, first of all, you know you and him ain't going nowhere with it. But you know, as soon as you stop giving this nigga the box, he gonna stop being on daddy duty. You're gonna have to stop. Because you know y'all not going nowhere as a couple. And that has nothing to do with him being a dad. So don't cross the two. You double cross yourself. All right? You got to give him box for him to be a father. No. Because then he's actually blocking your door to what you're going to do next. See, whether or not he's ready to move on to this next adult tier of life, you are. And it's not your job to sit around and wait on him to catch up with you. You understand? If he ain't ready to get on board with you, co-parent. That's it. That's the end of that. Pardon me. And that's the end of that. And you ain't even got to think about that. So she has a baby with this guy and she wants to co-parent. My thing is, listen, if you're in a relationship with somebody, you have a baby by them, and they got a problem being a couple with you, then co-parent. And that's it. You want somebody that wants to be there. Not someone who feel like they got to be there because you making them be there. No, that ain't gonna work neither. All that's gonna do is blow up in y'all face. You're gonna be applying pressure, or that pressure bust pipes, and it'll go right upside your head. And you don't want to do that. You want them to be a willing participant in what y'all trying to do next as a couple. If y'all can't get that understanding, then figure out what y'all gonna do as parents. And yes, you're going to move on. You're not gonna sit around here and wait on him to figure it out. All right, and that's the end of that. And you probably love that person, but at the end of the day, you gotta love yourself more. It comes down to that. All day long, all day strong, straight up and down. All right, real talk. Now, it said, let them know how you feel and like test them for real. I don't know. Nah, you ain't gotta really test nobody because ain't nobody at school. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody at school. That's real. Thank you. Okay, I appreciate it. Oh, so that's what's good. Claire Hucks. All right, yeah, Claire. You know that happens all the time. You know. John Rodriguez, 585. What's good? Okay, I got a couple of questions in the chat. I want to deal with my chat today. You heard? Pepper, what's good? Chanellaby? Chanellaby? I don't know. What's going on? I can't even see that. Red, what's good? Lazaro, what's popping? Let me answer these questions. Look. Okay, okay, yo. So one of my questions is, yo, you know what? Before I say that, I'm gonna say this, man. Let me get into this. For all you people going through your worst time alone, what just happened? Did I just do that? I think I just. Yeah, I just did that. My bad. Okay, this is true. For all you people going through your worst time alone, after a while, now just remember, just listen. For everybody that's going through a tumultuous time by themselves, right? For everybody going through that, after a while, you're not gonna care that you ain't around nobody. After a while, you're not gonna care who stay. You're gonna lose that because being at peace with solitude is going to set in. You understand? Okay? This is what happened. Thanks, Sugar Pop. Thanks, oh so that's appreciated. Now, like I said, in isolation, you're not after a while, you're not gonna care who stays. And you're gonna find peace and get comfortable in that. All right? Now, my whole thing about that is in your life, it's kind of like setting a reset button on your life. Okay? It's a lonely place, but you have to be the hero in your own square living. Right? Because after a while, you get comfortable and you accept the peace and the solitude. Fine. That happens. But here's one to grow on. All right? Build yourself for the sake of building you, not for nobody else. And then these things will never matter. All right? Now, you're going to get back around people. You're going to do some things and all that. But don't question you being by yourself. Don't attach it to being depressed. Don't associate that with being lonely. Don't even associate that with being antisocial. You're on a pilgrimage of character for you. I just want to remind y'all that all of y'all that you're not dealing with a lot of people right now. You're spending a lot of time trying to figure things out on your own because you don't got time for whatever's going on with all that shit. So I just want to say, I just got to say this. Everything's all right, and you're fine. You understand me? You're building you right now. You're in a cocoon, and don't nobody need to know what it is that you're going through, and you don't got to explain why you are doing the things that you do. You don't got to explain none of that. You heard? Straighten it down. You don't have to. And stop doing that. You don't got to tell people what it is you're doing and what kind of mission you on. It's none of their business. Because everybody ain't going to like it. But I just want to say, keep going. You almost there. And you're doing your thing. Steadfast. Hold ground. Godspeed. You understand? That's what you're doing right now. It's just a reminder. You're not depressed. You're not lonely. Okay? You're not antisocial. All right? You're changing and you're growing. And you're evolving. I just want to remind you that. So keep it up. All right? Ooh, okay. Because you know what they say. We ask ourselves this, and you have to, who are we? You know? What do we mean to the world? And I always say you have to take a stance on your life. Remember, I always say that. All right? Cocooning, yeah, that's what they call it. Yeah, Sugar Pop, what's up? That's what they call it. Cocooning. Straight facts. Now, I'm saying this because some of y'all living like you got 3 hots in a cot. You're not in fucking jail. You're free. Get back to living. Put some more things on your schedule. Do more. Be more. And expect more. To you. It's all about you. And I know you love the people over there. But I need you to love yourself more. That's it. That's it. Ain't no explanation for that. Ain't no explanation for that. That's my word. Go where you are celebrated. All right? Stop going where you tolerate it. That's a real thing. And I don't care you go back to 2nd, 3rd grade with them niggas. You outgrew that nonsense that they on and accept that. And when you're not lonely. You ain't by yourself. You just got rid of the shenanigans in your life. Face that. Straight up and down. Face that. Real talk. Shit is personal. It really is. Okay? Now, and I'm saying this to a lot of people. And I gotta say it. If your OG don't say it to you, who gonna say it to you? Stop asking so many questions. And you still haven't made no motion to take care of what you're complaining about. You can't come to me with the same complaint 5 times and you have made not one effort to change that complaint. Stop playing with me, my nigga. You want to bump your head up against a brick wall? Don't take me with you. Now, if you got comfortable in that dark sucker place, don't keep taking me down there with you when you know you ain't really making the effort to get out. Snap out the bullshit. All right? People are only going to take things as serious as you do. And you can't come to me with the same complaint 5 times and you made not one effort to change that. Stop being a 40-watt light bulb nigga. And the only reason they exist because that's a man who haven't figured out how to stop banging his head up against the wall. Learn how to think your way around your obstacles in life. If not, if you sit there and just stay at the obstacle and don't try to get around it, you become a 40-watt light bulb ass nigga. Learn how to build you from the inside out. All right? Straight up and down. Running down on me talking about, yeah, OG this, that, and the third, OG this, that, and the third. I see you 4 times later. It's the same shit. We're not doing that. I'm not a tape recorder to keep repeating the same shit. No, we're not doing that. Listen, you're young, or you might even be older. But whatever you got in your head, whatever it is that you learn, you got to reteach yourself how to implement those things so that they benefit your life. If the shit just stuck in your head is doing you what? No good at all. That's right. So everything that you learn, you got to reteach yourself how to actually use. You have to do that. Point blank, period. You can't just be stuck up in your head. Remember, from here to here is a long way for some people. All right? And to get it articulated out your mouth, the way you had it in your head is an even longer way for some people. Okay? That shit is real. But the only way you're going to learn any of that shit is you got to actually try that shit. Got to do it. Got to do it. Hurry up. Okay? Now, we're going to keep this going. I say learn something new every day, especially if you're an overthinker. Put all that energy into getting the learn mode. Instead of overthinking about one particular thing, put that energy on something else and spread that energy around. Okay? Stop sitting there micro thinking about something that you can't change, something that's already happened, something that you can't seem to forget. Make a conscious decision to stop letting that shit weigh on your shoulder like weights. You have to try that because you control you. Everything that manifests in your life starts with you. Somebody got to say it to you. And if things ain't manifesting, it's because you got a whole bunch of bullshit in front of it. You heard me? If what you're trying to manifest in life ain't coming, then you're not focused enough. Period. Now, with that, I got to say some things. Now, stop focusing on your fucking insecurities. Stop thinking about what you don't have. Show more respect to what you do have. And the fact that that person is with you means something. I'm going to repeat that because I know I said it fast, but I said a lot. Stop focusing on your insecurities. Stop thinking about what you don't have. Stop thinking about what you don't do. Stop thinking about the person that's with you because they're with you. Stop looking for problems and micro analyze things. See, when you overthink things, you can find fault in everything if you keep thinking about it. Hold true to what you know to be a fact and stop looking for what you ain't seen. If that man is doing the right thing every day, focus on that. Stop looking for something he's doing wrong. For what? What you gonna get out of that? That ain't gonna help y'all grow. Okay? Straight up and down. Now, show more respect for what you have in life. Okay? If you got somebody that's only one phone call away, thank God for that. And know that you're not alone. Okay? They share your wins and your losses. I just want to remind you that the people are important to you. You understand what I'm saying? It's like you just won some money. Who's the first person that you call? Be good to that person, is all I'm saying. All right? Now, you have people out here that care for you. You got people out here that's rooting for everything you do. Okay, now, Y'all might not be on the best of terms, but remember, love is love. Stop getting it confused. You heard me? You might be ruining a good relationship. See, no does not mean I don't love you. No does not mean I want to fight. No does not mean we got beef. No means I can't accommodate the request that you made, and that's all. And some of y'all got to know that if you love and you done did it anyway, nah, it's not how it works, and you should not judge nobody by that. No. If they love you, how this one situation breaks y'all relationship up? How can y'all relationship, if it's real love, how can it be that flimsy that a small petty anything like that got y'all on some bullshit? It shouldn't have been that easy for y'all love to break apart like that. We're gonna start there. All right? Let's start there. Now, I say this because love is love, don't get it confused. The point that you have to love this person is bigger than what y'all arguing about right now. That might be true to the case. If that person hasn't violated no kid or violated your life directly, I think y'all can find some middle ground to continue a friendship that y'all already had. And I think it's strong enough to sustain the bullshit y'all going through now because somebody got to let it go. And it's crazy because you might fuck around and never get a friend like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Word up. Okay? Let's keep it going. The world owes you nothing. You owe yourself everything. That means you have to reach for shit. God said, you take one step, I'll take two. And you can sit down and pray for a sandwich, and when you open your eyes, it is not there. But if you, by the goodness of your heart, when you go to try to get some food, God will help you get enough food for you to feed everybody. When you do good, God shall bestow good things upon you. Yes, but you have to make the effort to go, and God will walk with you. But you got to make the effort to go. He don't do magic tricks, all right? God is not a magician. He's our spiritual leader and our spiritual creator. And all we love in this world is he's responsible for. But he gave you free will. So some of them things you got to get up and get your fucking hands dirty to get shit done. It has to happen sometime. And I don't mean sell crack and do crime. I mean get busy. Like, yeah, so I don't want it taken out of context, you know? Now, I'm going to say this. I want to say respect the process because you might as well live in a cave if you don't respect the process. I'm saying this to the young people because it seems as if in order for you to live better, it's a lot of paperwork to fill out. You heard me, Shakur? I said it seems like, I say respect the process because it seems like the way to the young people because in order, if they want to live comfortable in life and do better and live well, it's a lot of paperwork to fill out. It really is, man. Background checks, board meetings and shit regarding your history.
Yo, I tell you this.
Fingerprints and shit.
When you gotta pay them, it's simple. When they gotta pay you gonna see how complicated it is.
Oh yeah, when you gotta pay them, it's simple. When they gotta pay you, it gets complicated. You know. And you know, they call it
now they wanna know. Now they wanna know where you from. They wanna know what country you live in. They wanna know what you do. Yeah. Nigga, it doesn't matter what I do. Pay me.
And what does it all have to do with this job here? Because a lot of times, and they go to your social media, and they're supposed to outlaw that, but they didn't. But they be going to social media judging people by that shit. People have lost jobs based on their social media. That's a real thing. You know what I mean? Yo, share the live. Y'all hit the like button for me.
Now you think about it, introspective, it's kind of ridiculous. First thing I have a personal life, like, how does that make sense?
I don't know. I got a bunch of questions on there. Gummy Bear, what's good? Yeah, what's good? Or just it's Daniel. Don't anymore. What's popping? For worship. I'm glad you're here. Andrew, what's good? DW. Yeah, hit the like button, y'all. Yeah, share the live. We finna get into it. Shakur, go ahead, Deals. He's
Yeah, what's up, live?
What's up, man? My man home from college, man. It's my son Dylan. Look, he cut all his hair off.
Yeah, cut it off. Wave
gang, baby, wave gang. We gonna wave that joint up. You see my boy clean cut? Yeah, he home for the summer and shit, you know? That's my baby boy. It's my youngest. He computer science major at Temple. He's single right now, too. Let's not get it twisted. Word. He's accepting applications, you heard? Word. Yeah, my two youngest, they cut their hair off. Both of them niggas cut their hair off, y'all. There goes Shakur. Shakur cut his hair off, too. Sure, Shakur. Yeah. Come here, man.
I got some waves in my shit.
Yeah, he just cut it down. You see my baby boys?
I don't got waves right
the
now.
The last one's off the ship right here, y'all.
I don't got waves right now.
No, he don't got. He just cut it today. Nigga just got back to the city, went straight to the barber. Word. Yeah, New York, big city of dreams. That's what we do over here. Yo, if you marry, what they say? Hold up, lady. If you what? Ladies, if you marry a man with a lot of children, the court can and will garnish your paycheck. My kids live with me. Yeah. I'm now. I don't know what you mean garnish your paycheck, but I don't know nothing about that. Word. I think she got to marry him or something like that. You know. I think she got to marry him, Darlene Moore. I got a lot of kids. I raised them all in my house, no matter who their mama was. You're sweet, and that's lovely of you to say. Okay, thank you. I don't know what I said or what was said, but okay. Yeah, it's a motivational talk, overcoming obstacles and focusing on self-improvement. That's what we do here. Yeah. Thank you, Tech Positivity. Thanks for the rose. Low-key leak was good. Yo, Ascot.60 was popping. C. Pearson 2714 was good. Yo, Twitch, what's popping? Twitch and yo, I'm on YouTube too, y'all. You heard? You just trying to get it done here. Throw some questions in the chat for me. Let's chop it up right quick. I'm gonna work for my people. But I still got some things I want to talk about. You know, I always got some in the and I just said, you know, just respect the process. Because, you know, like when you want to get a better job, you're doing a background check. If it was to hire a job, they would have a meeting about you regarding you. So if you want to live better in life, respect the process and do the process, okay? If you can't respect the process, don't live in the fucking cave. It's not how this works, all right? That's not how this works. Okay, so now I want to examine this right off the bat. And I got you, let's say, let's talk about why black men struggle to understand a black woman. You heard? Why black men struggle to understand a black woman. All right? Throw me an answer. I'm gonna give me 2 minutes to throw something in there. Why do black men struggle to understand a black woman so much? I'm gonna come, 2 minutes to answer that while I do this over here. You got an answer for him, Shakur? All right.
Somebody asked me to do one-on-one coaching.
Yeah, we talk about it later. Anyway, put any response in the chat? Did I do what I just said? All right. Let's go. I said this because we're gonna play some shit up today. I can't blame you for what you never been taught. We can definitely address it. Now I want to say this now. A lot of these women, I know y'all going through a lot of things, man, but I need you to show a little bit more patience. You know, a lot of these women's affected by what they saw happen to other women, and it affected them. You know, females are very emotional beings, and sometimes they cling to catastrophes even though they're not involved. You know, it's just like they cry in movies and things like that. So sometimes some of them have been scarred for what has happened to their friends and women that they know in their family, and they scarred by that. You know, and that hinders us deepening our relationship with them. That's another reason why we struggle. And then we in the hood, y'all. Let's be for real. Nobody in the hood systematically gets therapy. 90% of the whole hood is broken in some shape, form, or fashion. You know, that's another reason too. It's a real thing. You know, it's not made up. People are broken and don't even know that they're broken. All right? Now, she knew a woman. Good woman. Loved her man. Right? And they looked real happy. 6 years later, that woman was at the bottom of the barrel due to how this man treated her and the way he got into the relationship and stuff. And she saw that. And she has a fear of that. So now she never let a man know when she get paid. She don't let him know how much she make. She not even gonna let him get close to her because she has a fear that if a man gets too close to her, he'll have the power to destroy her. So she feed men with long handled spoons. She deal with him, but she ain't locking in with him because she says she has that fear. So a lot of women have that fear. You know, even the last man she had, she was madly in love with this nigga, and this nigga got up and left. And it scarred her. So now she ain't trying to live with a man until he walk the, the obstacle course of death to get with her. Yeah. Because a lot of people be hurt now, women. Men go through the same shit. All right. He was completely taking care of this woman. Turns out she had an at-work husband that she would come up missing twice a month with this nigga. So now he got the next chick and he all at her job popping up at her girls' nights and all this because that's a fear that happened. He's scarred from what happened to him. This is what happened to regular people, and this is why we can't seem to lock in because people be scarred. They haven't healed, and they don't know how to heal. They just keep living, you know. And people become victims to what they went through. It's a real thing. All right. Now, I'm gonna say this. I want to say, get back to your core values. All right. Because anything else ain't gonna work. Get back to practical thinking. All right. Get back to practical thinking. You know. And listen to the woman and show more patience. Listen to the man and show more patience. Because if you listen, you can see that they're broken. You will see and hear where they're broken at. And it's not your job to fix them. Now, if it's a situation where you can help them become a better person, do that. But your job is not to wait on them to turn into who they're supposed to be while you just suffering. And your job ain't thinking you can fix somebody. People need to stop that shit. That thinking you can fix somebody, see how that shit turned out. It don't be turning out good for people. You understand? You know, with that said, yo, just be for real. Okay? Everybody, nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. But if you want to get to know somebody, listen with the intent to understand. And you can see where it is they at. And if they need help, you can get them that. Or if you could be that, you could be that help. It can really happen. But you have to listen with the intent to understand. And hopefully they worthy of it. Okay? You don't give your best until you know that they worthy of it. This is why people be so hurt. They give their all to somebody who didn't deserve number 30%. And that's why they respond the way that they do. Okay? Real talk. Let's be for real though, all right? And I want the violence to stop. Every 4 hours and 20 minutes, a woman is getting hurt or unalive by a man who say he loved her. Because we're trucking along without a clear understanding. That's all it is, and I want it to stop. That serious. Okay? You with this person. Yeah. But they're not your person. You just with this person. But they're not your person. Know the difference. Okay? Mm. Uh Now, I'm going straight to this. Mindset. Mindset for relationship. You want it to work. This person makes you happy. This person uplifts you. And this person carries you when you can't carry yourself. When you at the bottom, they work hard to bring you up. Right? That's the mindset you want. That's the way you have to look at it. See, when I say the cup is not half empty, the cup is half full, that means focus on what you know you got that's good. And don't focus on what you don't have and all that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Focus on the good of things. Don't look for what's wrong. I told y'all before, some people just don't know how to be happy in it. And it's not helping them. All right? Now, we talk about mindset. Your mindset for going into relationships. Listen with intent to understand, okay? And give an effort because you want your relationship to work. So put in the effort, all right? Second, mindset on direction. Point that way and go. It's just that simple. If you don't want to go, you're going to make a distraction for yourself. And you're not going to go. The crazy shit about it is no matter how you feel, go anyway. You'll be all right. Yeah. Where you going ain't going to kill you. It's only going to help you up. And even when you go, if it don't go right, you're going to learn from that time how to go back the next time. But go. That's your mindset. Get up and go. Stop talking your way and thinking your way out of shit. Change your mindset. It's a learned thing. Now, mindset on finance. First order of business when you have a mindset on your finances is you do not spend more than you make. Else you're working to be broke. That's going ass backwards in life. Change your mindset on your finances moving forward. It's a real thing because they're not giving money away. Find a reason for them to pay you and set your mind up. Live within the means of what you make as comfortably as you can. And if it's not enough, you put a plan together to improve that money. Days is going by. You could have learned some shit in the last 6 months. Well, no, you didn't. Now learn some in the next 6 months and change the way next year goes start. All right? Straight up and down. Page-5-Lit, we outside. Screaming from the streets out on all platforms. You heard? Yo, can I get my theme song? What's up, y'all? Y'all a good one, you heard? We be back Monday, 9 o'clock. And yes, we're going to learn something. That's what we do over here. I want you to be better tomorrow than you was yesterday.
Page-5-Lit.
We outside. We back Monday, 9 o'clock.
9 p.m.
Book out on all platforms. Pick the book up, girl, bring a little gift and all that. Yo, start sharing the lives, y'all. We got to get this out there to the people, man. Shit, this shit is fire. Okay, it's time for me to go. I won't let him play me. If I pop out, will he show up? I don't think he crazy. See, I brought a knife and real life. So much you got a baby. He was pushing bags up, but now we pushing daisies. I remember I was counting up with millions of my Mercedes. I remember having millions of my millions of Mercedes. I remember I was waiting for a plug like a blessing. I remember them corner days when Trump and Troy was shaking. I remember Airbnb and 30 cats in the curtain. I remember it was very young and I gave my first strap. I remember me and Arjun was sleepy, got shot. I remember singing Sugar Big Bro. I remember the good days and bitches didn't even notice me. I remember when I popped out and moved away, everybody noticed me. I remember niggas funny faces when they found out I was singing. I remember feeling like Ace that day he walked out the cleaners. I remember being young as hell, feeling so insecure. I remember I was looking in the mirror, then I started seeing more. I remember Montana on station, petty cash for the summer. I remember the day I fell in love, it was with Keith. I remember choosing loyalty over royalty as a baby. I remember I ain't never let none of my niggas look foolish. I remember I ain't never let none of my niggas feel useless. I remember that there's only me who was the only one looking selfish. I remember that first $1 million check hurted in my bed. I remember that the one I gave it to would probably never speak again. I remember all the defamation case I ain't never even know about. I remember if you let me, I can say why you ain't know it. I remember the ex-style getting left out to the rest. I remember the brain down nigga I ain't had nigga. I remember Herbo.
Let's take a trip down memory lane. Hey, I remember G-Face old dad. Lay on my bed, I couldn't stop crying. Remember my mom ain't let me outside. When I slept right back out of the line. Number 14 on my first nine. Old ass 38 ain't even shy. Ain't give a fuck though, cause it was mine. Wait on the fuck nigga, get out of the line. Remember my first time going to slide. Yeah, I was scared, but I had to try. When I let off, I closed my eyes. Smoke them shot out for old times. Then I remember the ride back. Flame the weed up, try to relax. When I got rich, start bad straps. Now I can't remember how many all my rap facts. I'm in the corner, place act. Flat as a track, Molly and Max. Remember one song like 15 X. Remember we bought that light. First hit to grab that bitch all flat. Cause we was sliding. Spot some hop out the back. Man, I was having a guilt trip. Like, why I gotta solve everybody? Come on, I still ain't heal shit. Niggas act like I ain't grow up poor. Waste my all in my bill. White folks gave the whole hood hope. Remember them niggas almost killed. Streets fucked up, that's how it is. Flipped up the gangsters since a kid. Remember GDL first took his speed. Remember how homes girls and sleep. Took no drills to them rich sleep. I was backing up down to me. Remember I ran up my first era. Remember I was fucked up like 2 years ago. Now look at me, I'm in. I remember I was fucked up like 2 years ago. My wife, because I was trying to
Gangster.
running to the cash. I'm trying to do it again. That's fast. Now I show my ass. You don't know my past. I made something out of nothing. They ain't even know I'm so I laugh.
That's it. Bye. 9 p.m. tomorrow, y'all. You heard me? It's all love. You heard? Godspeed gang.